Hey everybody, Michael Snyder here, California Weather Watch. Today is February 4th. Taking a look at the infrared satellite imagery, you can see Oregon, California, Nevada here. Check out this frontal system, pretty strong, moving towards the state as we speak. Going to bring some winds and some big snows across some of the Sierra Nevada. Pretty good precipitation amounts as well. We'll check out those details here in a moment. Looking at current weather hazards up, you can see the winter storm warnings for much of the Sierra Nevada already in effect. Some winter weather advisories elsewhere, dense fog warnings, and you've got some wind advisories across the area as well. Now, taking a look here, this is for the Bay Area. You can see some gusty winds coming up through here up to 40 miles per hour. Bigger winds as you go across the Sierra Nevada, so heads up if you're traveling across there again. And mainly this evening between 6 and 9 p.m., gusts 30 to 40 miles per hour are expected, a little bit higher maybe locally. This is a thunderstorm threat across some of the Bay Area as well, so watch out for that tonight. Just have a heads up when thunder roars. Go indoors out there, or if you're like me, when thunder roars, go outside. So taking a look here, the National Weather Service, Sacramento, just watch out. This is going to bring some pretty good snowfall amounts across the Sierra Nevada again here, and it always seems like people are caught off guard. So heads up here, good idea to have an emergency kit in your car as well. Now, taking a look here, this is Los Angeles National Weather Service, mainly north of the Point Conception, the bigger impacts here, but you could get some snow, Tejon Pass there, maybe just under an inch there, 4,000 feet. So not too big of a deal, but you will notice kind of the change, some gusty winds out there too, as well as this cold air kind of moves down with this frontal system, and not a big precipitation maker down here through Southern California, however. Now, looking at this is a composite reflectivity, what the Doppler radar may look like according to the national blend of models here. You can see the precipitation starting as we go on in through this afternoon and evening. Pretty strong frontal system. Good snowfall amounts again across the Sierra Nevada here. Maybe a little precip for Southern California, but you can see mainly Central and Northern California getting the bulk of this, Sierra Nevada. Then you can see the cooler north westerly flow coming down the state here as that cold air moves across the region. Still getting some orographic uplift all the way through Sunday afternoon across some of the Sierra Nevada shown there. And that's as far out as the national blend of models goes right now. So here we're looking at Ukiah Municipal Airport here, north of the Bay Area. Pretty good precipitation maker going on there. You can see the ensemble mean the controller generally above an inch there. You can see San Francisco getting up over a half an inch out of this one too. Pretty rainy day coming up here as we go on in through this evening into through Sunday morning. This is Vandenberg. Further south you go, lesser precipitation amounts, but still should get some measurable precipitation across the Air Force Base a little bit further south there. This is Los Angeles. I mean, none of the ensembles really pick up much at all. Maybe 1/100 of an inch there you can see in the mean there. So not a big precipitation maker for Southern California. This is Mount Shasta though. Check this out. Probably up over a half a foot of snow coming for Mount Shasta here as we go on in through Sunday. This is Lake Tahoe. Bigger amounts there. Look at this, up towards 20 inches in some of these ensemble runs here. And you can see the mean is up over 15 inches there as well. Nice snowfall incoming here for the Sierra Nevada. This is Truckee Airport up here. Look at this, up towards 20 inches possible here as well. Big snowfall maker coming in here, and you can clearly see when this is happening as we go on in through Saturday night into Sunday morning shown here. This is Mammoth out there. You can see up to 8 inches there as well. Again, a little bit further south there, lesser the impacts of this storm will be, but still pretty good snowfall there as well. San Francisco, you can see the gusts up towards 40 miles per hour here, and then some blustery conditions behind that, but nothing too big. Not quite as bad as what we were getting there end of December on in through January, but you will notice this frontal system coming through as we go on in through tonight. Now, this is Lake Tahoe. Check out some of these winds showing up here. Ensemble mean up towards 60 miles per hour. A lot of the ensemble members up into the 60s as well there, too. So some pretty strong winds can be expected with this frontal passage here as we go on in through tonight into Sunday morning. This is Reno. Check it out. Ensemble mean up towards 40 miles per hour. So it's going to get blustery there as well as some measurable snowfall coming for Reno International Airport also. And these are the amounts. The mean and the controller up over 6 inches here, up towards 8 inches. You can see pretty good ensemble agreement here for that snowfall coming here. Again, this piling up as you go on in through Sunday morning. This is Big Bear a little bit further south. You can see not much snow expected through the Southern California mountains once you get down a little bit further south, as you can see here in the ensemble mean not showing much at all for Big Bear City Airport. Now this is total precipitation in inches here. We'll put this into motion. You can see that precipitation coming across California here, really piling up across the Sierra Nevada in the form of snowfall mainly. Pretty good shot of moisture here for Northern California as well, and some of the Bay Area as well as you go down the coast a little bit here. But you can see not big impacts here for Southern California. California for the most part, but you will feel a few blustery winds down here and some chilly temperatures as we go. This goes all the way out. Let's see how far the Europeans run. And this is currently running right now, hot off the presses, 12Z. That means 4 a.m. Pacific Standard Time here. But again, yep, not much to Southern California there, but a pretty good shot of moisture, a pretty strong frontal system driving across the state on in through tonight. This is 80-meter wind speed. The NAM3 cam is the high-resolution model, and you can clearly see the frontal system there starting to impact the region here. Some pretty good winds across the Sierra Nevada as well, and you can see that frontal passage really happening as we go on in through tonight. It's about, 8 p.m. shown there, 9 p.m. So heads up for that down across the Bay Area on through the day today. Then you can see the cooler northwesterly flow moving all the way down across the state here as we go on in through Sunday night shown there. So here we go, max 10-meter accumulated wind gust here. And again, not a huge wind maker here, but some of the immediate coastline could get up towards 50 miles per hour in the Bay Area. As you can see, the further north you get, probably a little bit better shot of that as well. And some big winds over the Sierra Nevada up towards the Siskiyous as well. So watch out for those wind speeds there. Some of the higher terrain, even down through Southern California, is going to get pretty gusty as the system moves through on in through Sunday afternoon and evening as well. So heads up for that. This is looking at simulated infrared satellite imagery here. So this is the NAM3 cam again. This shows what the infrared satellite should look like here as we go on in through tonight. You can see the frontal system driving through this evening and tonight across the region. Then the colder air is starting to move across the state here as we go on into Sunday morning and Sunday afternoon, spreading all the way across Southern California. Now this is looking at 700 millibar temperature, which is about 10,000 feet. So you can see what's driving that frontal system there. We'll take a wider look at this here in a moment. You can see that big lobe of cold air move across the state of California there. I know a lot of people like to look at these visualizations of this colder air aloft driving down across the region, but that's what's bringing that snowfall there, this cold air moving across the west coast here. So now taking a look here, you got 700 millibar temperatures as well. I promised you that wider view of things here. This is the European. You can kind of see what's driving that frontal system there as it moves across California, the Intermountain West here, and starts to push out a bit towards the plains here. But you can see the further north you get, obviously these polar lobes are strongest. And then you've got that good gradient through the mid-latitudes between the warmer subtropical air and that colder air across the polar regions here. And that's why we call these mid-latitude cyclones here, because this gradient sets up here during our fall, winter, and sometimes spring months here across the mid-latitudes. Now taking a look here, this is 500 millibar heights, 18,000 feet. This is what's driving that system currently across the region there. And you can see that swing across North America here. Another system goes through the Pacific Northwest. We get some ridge building here, but then on through the extended, kind of showing something interesting here. As you can see, another system potentially impacting California here on in through the following weekend here. The model's been showing this pretty consistently. And actually, let's go ahead and update this and get the most recent data here. I think there's going to be more information in here. Let's go out and we can see this system again here. You can kind of see it spinning off the California coastline here. So I'm kind of interested to see how this trends, because it's been showing this for a few runs now. This could bring some prolonged precipitation across the state here as we go through the extended. And you can kind of see the high pressure build over the top of this low pressure center here off the coast of California here. So we'll be watching that over the next few days. That looks like an interesting system here. We'll just kind of wait and see what that brings. This is 6 to 10 day temperature outlook. This was issued yesterday. You can see much of the state of California below average, including Nevada here through this 10-day period. This is February 9th through 13th shown there. This is the 8 to 14 day temperature outlook here as well. You can see February 11th through 17th shown there. Much California below average there. Pretty strong signal for that also. This is 8 to 14 day precipitation outlook. And this is kind of picking up on that signal for that system that we talked about there through the extended. Look at that. Might bring some above average precipitation through portions of Southern California all the way up through Nevada, Utah, Arizona out there. So that would be much needed, very beneficial out there. Let's watch this system day by day and see what the models say. Risk of heavy precipitation, you can see them highlighting for that system moving out across the California area there as well on through February 17th. This is risk of heavy snow. This would be much needed snow across the region out here, including some of the higher terrain in Arizona, western Colorado, Utah, Nevada, as well as the Sierra Nevada here. So we'll watch that system as we go day by day. Pretty interested in seeing what that brings us. And again, this is why Colorado snowfall means a lot to California. As you can see, a big share of that Colorado River water goes to California there. Nice diagram here from the Los Angeles Times there. I showed this a few days ago as well, but if you missed it, here it is. But anyway, here's the risk of high winds, and you can see that system out there may bring some strong winds to California as well as the Intermountain West here. Now, monthly temperature outlook, if you missed this one too, I've talked about this a little bit in my Pacific Northwest briefings here, but this was issued January 31st. This is for the month of February here, and you can kind of see the bullseye here on the West Coast, including Nevada and some of the Sierra Nevada there as well. So hopefully we can build up that snowpack and keep increasing those reservoir levels here across much of the state. As you can see, Shasta, remember, what was it, a month ago now, it was about down to 33% or whatever, and it's up towards its historical average now. Very, very nice to see that here. We still have some work to do on some of these other reservoirs here, and maybe we can even get Shasta above the historical average here as we go on into springtime. That would be kind of nice as well. So anyway, yeah, strong frontal system moving through this afternoon and tonight. Be prepared for that across the region down there. Some decent winds, good precipitation amounts, nice snowfall. Watch out for a lightning strike or two somewhere across the Bay Area there as you go on in through tonight. But anyway, we'll watch that extended forecast as well and see how that system shapes up as we watch this day by day. Hopefully that continues to trend in the models out there and bring in another system there through the 8, 9, 10-day period here across California here. So anyway, hope you guys are liking these videos. Click like, subscribe, and if you want to check out what I talked about with Mount Washington and the stratosphere, check out my Pacific Northwest briefing I just did about a half an hour ago. So go ahead and check that one out too if you want to hear about that. But anyway, yeah, we'll continue to watch that extended forecast, and I will talk to you guys later.